Unpleasant temps have led to a wide-open roof here this afternoon at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On the run, it's Dowdle. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Just beating the play clock is Goff.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Goff. His throw incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Goff looking to change the play.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eye.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Trying to run it in with Montgomery.
But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Final play of the half. Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Goff going to shift him around. Back to Montgomery on second down.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
We're good.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Hey, kill.
Goff. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right, take. There we go. Kill.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Prescott off play action. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Right take. Kill.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Hey, here we go. 26.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here we go, here we go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
27. 26.
They run again with Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle, the ball carrier. Tackled at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 3.
Here now, third down. They run here with Dowdle.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Yeah, here we go. Where you take? Where you take?
Now Prescott on fourth down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Dowdle.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's first and goal.
There we go. What do you think?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Hey, kill! 47!
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
This is 3rd and goal.
Yeah!
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
Here's Prescott.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
A gain of 4 yards.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here it is, 4th and goal.
Here we go. Right take. 26.
Prescott.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And they have got the lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it.